The Egyptian Museum in Tahrir Square is considered the first national museum in the Middle East. And now we're going to meet some foreigners and to say their opinions about the museum. Let's see. The Egyptian Museum is the oldest archaeological museum in the Middle East and houses the largest collection of the pharaonic antiquities in the world. The museum displays an extensive collection spanning from the pre-dynastic period to the Greco-Roman era. The architect of the building was selected through an international competition in 1895, which was the first of its kind, and was won by the French architect Marcel Dugas. The museum was inaugurated in 1902 by Khedive Abbas Hamid II and has become a historic landmark in downtown Cairo and home to some of the world's most magnificent ancient masterpieces.
It's my first time in Egypt, my first time in museum, but as I said, it's like my childhood dream came true today. I'm absolutely, as I said, astonished by all of this preservation work that archaeologists, my colleagues archaeologists done, and especially in museum, because I'm a museum worker as well. So I'm like a scientist that work in museum, not only in the field but museum as well. So I really believe that everything that you actually could do, you already done, guys. So it's you opening new facilities, new museums. I've been to the other new museums that actually been opened recently as well. And it's just like exhibitions overall, just absolutely astonishing, absolutely beautiful.
Well, there's a lot of history. You have a great culture also. That's why I come here, of course. And I'm
What
just
did you see till now
now.
from the antiquities and from the artifacts and so?
Not a lot because I just arrived, but I'm excited because I will go see the Tutankhamun mask. I'm really excited about it, and yeah, that's it. I went to see pyramid today. It was really great, and yes, about the Egyptian, I just have to say that you have a great culture, and you're also well known for that around the world. That's true, definitely true.
The museum also houses the splendid statues of the great kings Khufu, Khafra, and Mankara, the builders of the pyramids at Giza Plateau. An extensive collection also of the papyri, pyrography, and jewelry, among other objects, completes this uniquely expansive museum. It has 120,000 items with a representative amount on display and the remainder in stored rooms. The Museum of the Egyptian Antiquities, known commonly as the Egyptian Museum or the Cairo Museum, is home to an extensive collection of the ancient Egyptian antiquities.
It's my first time here. I'm from Paraguay. I think it's so beautiful, big, amazing. I see the mummy of Julia and Fuya. The Tutankhamun is so big. The tomb, I love it.
Yes, this is my first time here in Egypt. I think you would ask me about the museum. Okay, the museum, I love the museum. I love the history of Egyptian culture and the way they lived 4,000 years ago. The way they live today, I think is fascinating. And like every other Western nation, we're fascinated about the history of Egypt. So I'm always fascinated. I've been fascinated with King Tut since I were 9 years old. I remember my father showed me books of him, and I was like, oh, this kid looked like me. So I seen some of his things they found in his tomb. Yes, and you know, it's fascinating to see it in person and not seeing it in pages in a book. So I'm enjoying this museum very much so. I enjoy coming to Egypt. Everything I thought about Egypt was true. The people here is amazing. There's one of the safest nations I felt safe in, has, you know, that I ever traveled to. So it's everything I hope it to be, plus more.
As of March 2019, the museum was open to the public. In 2021, the museum is due to be surpassed by the newer and larger Grand Egyptian Museum at Giza.